The chosen one. They tested your blood in the lab. Yes, you heard right. They tried, questioned, tried to understand the power you carry inside you, but the result? A shock for them and a triumph for you. You are not ordinary, you are chosen. This power coursing through your veins is a symbol of an energy that will change the world. No one can stop your ascension. They are trying to understand you because you are beyond their understanding. Are you ready? Because by writing 77 in the comments, show everyone this power and why you are chosen. Remember, this is just the beginning. Once, they believed they could shape your world, but now the truth is dawning on them. They depended on you more than they ever realized. Their facade of strength was nothing but a shadow cast by your light, a borrowed confidence disguised as independence. Without you, their carefully built house of cards collapses under its weight, leaving them scrambling for a sense of stability that was never truly theirs. Such individuals often wear the cloak of strength and charm, projecting an image of unwavering control. Yet beneath this exterior lies a deep fragility, fueled by the validation they extract from those around them. They operate subtly, crafting their influence through unspoken rules and delicate manipulations. Their methods are insidious, planting doubts in moments of vulnerability, reframing their control as care, or wielding silence as a weapon to create emotional dependence. They exploit kindness and empathy, thriving in environments that prioritize harmony over confrontation. In their game, they are the constant takers, exploiting your willingness to give while ensuring you remain unaware of their true intentions. But the moment you decide to reclaim your narrative, their influence begins to unravel. A single act of self-prioritization, a quiet refusal, an unyielding boundary, or an unapologetic choice shatters the illusion they worked so hard to maintain. Suddenly, their grip weakens, and the equilibrium they depended on tips out of their favor. What they fear most isn't just losing control. It's confronting the reality that their strength was never theirs to begin with. Stripped of the energy you unknowingly provided, they are left to face the emptiness they tried so hard to deny. Walking away is not just an act of defiance. It is a profound declaration of your independence. It is the recognition of your worth, unbound by their constraints, and the assertion of a power they never wanted you to discover. Their regret is raw and unrelenting as they come to terms with the fact that their world revolved around a star they thought they could dim. This is your moment to rise, unshackled, unyielding, and undeniably strong, proving that true power lies within you and cannot be stolen, borrowed, or subdued. Like a flame that once burned brightly, only to reveal the darkness left behind when it is extinguished, their life is now consumed by the void of what they failed to cherish. The light you brought illuminated their path, even when they pretended not to notice, and now they're left fumbling in the shadows of their own making. They underestimated your inner fire, mistaking their borrowed glow for their own radiance. Every calculated move they made to control you, every word meant to undermine your confidence, now rings as hollow as the space they created in their own hearts. Their perceived victories were never victories at all. They were acts of desperation, disguised as power plays. What they thought was control was in truth an illusion, fueled by their reliance on your strength. Your presence was the anchor that steadied their ship, even as they sought to dominate the waters. Without you, their ship has drifted aimlessly, exposed to the storms of their own insecurities. They once saw your compassion as weakness and your patience as compliance. But in reality, those qualities were the very foundation of their stability. Now, with that foundation gone, their carefully constructed image of authority has crumbled, revealing the fragile ego they worked so hard to conceal. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the Super Thank You button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom, for you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. Their life now stands as a testament to the danger of taking someone for granted. Every dismissive glance, every cold silence, every subtle manipulation they used to keep you in their grasp has turned back on them like a mirror. That reflection shows them the truth they tried so hard to avoid. They were never the source of the energy, balance, and strength that sustained their world. It was you. Now they're forced to sit with the uncomfortable reality of what they've lost, but not in terms of your presence alone. What haunts them is the loss of their ability to mask their own inadequacies behind your light. Spiritually, this moment becomes a reckoning for them. They can no longer deny that their identity was never self-made, but pieced together from the energy you gave so freely. Like a house built on shifting sands, their confidence has been swept away, leaving them to face the emptiness within. And yet, you rise. You rise like a phoenix from the ashes. Your transformation, both a release and a rebirth. While they cling to the remnants of the past, you soar toward the future, unbound and unapologetic. Your growth is not just a journey of healing, but a declaration of your worth. A blazing light that reveals the possibilities of life beyond their influence. Each step you take forward is a step into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. You've reclaimed the energy they siphoned, redirected it toward your own purpose, and now it fuels a life of abundance and peace. The void they feel is a reminder that they underestimated the power of someone like you. But their regret is not your responsibility to carry. Their loss is simply the natural consequence of their choices and the reflection of their own refusal to grow. In the end, their downfall is a lesson in the truth that you have always known. Real strength comes from within, not from controlling others. You've moved beyond their grasp, and in doing so, you've stepped into a life that mirrors the beauty of your spirit. The light they tried to dim has now become a beacon, not just for yourself, but for others seeking their own freedom. And as you continue to rise, they are left to watch from afar, a reminder that the greatest transformation comes from choosing yourself above all else. Watching you rise has become their greatest torment. Every step you take forward is a stark reminder of their inability to do the same. Your transformation has cast a light on their stagnation, exposing the limitations they once masked behind your energy. Without the strength you provided, they're left floundering, unable to replicate the confidence they once borrowed from you. They're now trapped in the haunting awareness of their failure, not just in losing you, but in failing to recognize the force of your potential when they had the chance to nurture it. This reckoning forces them to see themselves clearly for the first time, a reflection they've long avoided. Like a tree planted by the river whose roots were cut, they now feel the weight of the life that was sustained not by their own strength, but by the nourishment you provided. Without your energy feeding their sense of control, their once thriving facade has withered, leaving only dry, brittle remnants of the power they thought they held. They built their identity on a foundation that relied entirely on you. And now, with that foundation removed, they stand on shaky ground, unable to hold themselves steady. The bitterness that churns within them has turned into a slow poison, eroding what remains of their confidence. What once felt like mastery over their world was never about their own abilities. It was about the security your presence offered them. With you gone, the illusion they carefully constructed has shattered, and every crack exposes the weaknesses they worked so hard to hide. Now their regret doesn't just linger, it consumes. It's not merely a lament over losing you. It's a painful reckoning with the truth they avoided. Their strength was borrowed, and their identity was built on a foundation of sand. As their world crumbles, they find themselves trapped in a relentless cycle of self-pity and resentment. It's not just about losing a connection, it's about losing the very scaffolding that held up their sense of worth. Their attempts to maintain control over you were, at their core, an effort to maintain control over themselves. But with their grip gone, they're left grasping at nothing, adrift in a sea of their own inadequacies. Like a fortress abandoned by its architect, their carefully guarded world has fallen into ruin, and they now face the stark reality that they cannot rebuild without you. This collapse is more than just emotional, it's existential. They are confronted with the harsh truth that the role you played in their life was far greater than they ever admitted, even to themselves. You were not simply a part of their life. You were the pillar upon which much of their confidence rested. Just as empires fall when their support crumbles, they now face the inevitability of their own decline. What they once mistook for independence was nothing more than dependency dressed in pride. Now, stripped of your stabilizing presence, they see the void they can never fill. But while they spiral, you ascend. Your journey has taken you to heights they could never reach, because your strength is rooted in authenticity, not in control. You've chosen growth over stagnation, self-respect over manipulation, and liberation over the illusion of safety. Each step you take toward your purpose widens the distance between their unraveling and your thriving. Their regret is a reflection of their own failure to value what they had, but it is not yours to carry. It is a weight they must bear alone as you move forward with clarity and grace. Their inability to rebuild underscores why they were never meant to be part of your future. You've become someone they no longer recognize, someone beyond their reach. They remain trapped in the past, clinging to a version of you that no longer exists, while you walk boldly into a life shaped by your own design. You are the embodiment of resilience, a reminder that true power comes from letting go of what no longer serves you and embracing the freedom to grow. In the end, their regret is not your concern. It is a consequence of their own actions, a mirror reflecting their failures to evolve. As you continue to rise, you show the world and yourself that the greatest transformation is choosing to leave behind the weight of others' expectations and walking confidently into the future you've created. Their loss is not your burden. It is their lesson to learn and your triumph to celebrate. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the transitory concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. Breaking free from those who once wielded control over your life ignites a remarkable transformation. The line you've drawn becomes a bastion of protection, impenetrable and resolute. No longer do they have access to siphon your energy or sway your choices. This separation extends far beyond the tangible. It's a shift that reshapes your emotional and spiritual landscape. You've cultivated a sanctuary where only those who truly honor and uplift you are welcome. For those left behind, this boundary feels like a chasm, leaving them yearning for the access they once casually exploited. In their struggle to regain the upper hand, they resort to familiar tactics cloaked in sentimentality or contrition. They appeal to nostalgia, attempt to evoke guilt, or feign vulnerability in a bid to reconnect. Yet beneath these gestures lies a calculated desire to re-establish their dominance. Historical patterns of power struggles echo this cycle. Individuals in positions of authority often grasp at control through manipulation when confronted with rebellion. But these efforts fall flat against the strength you've cultivated. Each instance of refusing their advances solidifies your newfound autonomy and sends a clear message. You've outgrown their games, and the door they once used to enter your life is permanently closed. This act of self-preservation radiates strength and alignment. Ancient teachings often underscore the importance of protecting one's energy as essential to personal growth. The space you've created for yourself is sacred, a testament to your resilience and transformation. Your life now mirrors a sanctum, where entry is reserved only for those who contribute to your well-being. This exclusivity is not born of pride, but of wisdom, a reflection of your commitment to nurturing relationships that empower rather than deplete. For those who sought to dominate, the realization of their loss is a bitter truth. Your boundaries reveal the fragility of the power they once wielded and highlight the independence you've always possessed. No longer compliant, you stand as a force they can only observe from a distance. What they've lost is not just proximity to your presence, but also the vitality and balance you brought into their lives, a resource they never fully appreciated. Your transformation represents a profound shift, a break from the patterns that once confined you. Like the journey of self-discovery described by great philosophers, you've embraced your identity and transcended the limitations imposed upon you. As you ascend, the connections in your life evolve. You no longer entertain those rooted in control or dependence. Instead, you attract bonds built on mutual respect and shared growth. Your evolution isn't just personal. It's a call to others to rise, to protect their energy, and to step boldly into the lives they're destined to lead. When you step into your power and release ties to those who sought control over you, a profound transformation takes root. The energy you carry now attracts connections grounded in mutual understanding and shared respect. Each stride you take reinforces the alignment of your authentic self, and the space you once occupied in the lives of manipulators becomes a glaring void. Their realization of what they've lost is a reckoning as they watch from the sidelines while you flourish, embodying the potential they once overlooked. Your growth sends a silent yet powerful message. It's possible to transcend toxic dynamics and emerge stronger than ever. No longer shaped by the expectations of others, you've seized the reins of your life. Your evolution isn't just a departure from the past. It's a celebration of the limitless future you're building. The hold they once believed they had over you has dissolved, replaced by an unshakable independence that defies their understanding. Their regret is not only for losing you, but for never truly seeing your worth. The person they thought they knew is gone, replaced by someone far more powerful and self-assured, a reality they must now accept. For those who relied on your presence to maintain their illusion of control, the aftermath of your departure is a harsh awakening. What they projected as strength was never truly their own. It was borrowed, dependent on the unwavering energy you brought into their lives. The foundation of their influence, once masked by confidence, has crumbled without you to sustain it. Their carefully curated image falters, exposing vulnerabilities they worked hard to conceal. This unraveling mirrors the fall of overextended systems, where reliance on a single source leads to inevitable collapse when that source is withdrawn. The absence of your stabilizing force confronts them with insecurities they can no longer ignore. The protective shield of your presence has been removed, leaving them exposed to their inadequacies. This confrontation strips away the pretense of self-sufficiency, forcing them to face the internal void they avoided for so long. The cracks in their persona are no longer hidden, and those around them begin to see the truth. As the facade falls apart, their social and emotional worlds unravel, revealing just how much of their identity relied on you. Your absence sends ripples through their world, exposing the imbalances they once masked. Relationships they maintained falter under the strain of their instability, as others recognize the dependency they once disguised as strength. In professional contexts, the void left by your departure highlights their inability to replicate the harmony you created. Their struggle to maintain control only deepens the fractures in their persona, leaving them isolated and vulnerable. Beyond the social and practical consequences, the emotional toll of losing you is profound. The energy, balance, and compassion you brought are now absent, leaving them to grapple with a void they cannot fill. Your departure was not merely an exit, it was a declaration of self-worth that underscored their own lack of growth. Those still within their orbit begin to pull away, sensing the instability they can no longer hide. The power they once wielded, propped up by your presence, has collapsed entirely, illustrating the universal truth. Control founded on another's strength is destined to fail. Separating yourself from a manipulative force is a profound act of transformation. It unshackles you from draining entanglements and opens the door for renewal, creativity, and genuine connections. It's like creating a fertile field where seeds of opportunity and meaningful relationships can flourish. This liberation isn't merely a moment of relief, it's a reawakening of the power that was always yours. On a deeper level, letting go is an energetic reset, a severance of the invisible chains that once bound you to someone else's control. Many traditions speak of reclaiming one's spirit by shedding attachments that hinder growth, an essential step toward living in alignment with your true purpose. By stepping away, you reclaim your energy, focus, and vitality, redirecting them toward pursuits that elevate your life. Releasing toxic dynamics clears the path for new opportunities to enter your life. Freed from unhealthy cycles, you can channel your energy into relationships and endeavors that reflect your authentic self. Much like investing in ventures with greater potential, letting go of what no longer serves you creates room for what truly matters. This isn't just about external success, it's about internal harmony and a life imbued with meaning. The act of moving forward reminds you of your intrinsic value. It reinforces the understanding that you deserve connections rooted in mutual respect and growth, not guilt or obligation. Each step away from toxicity is a testament to the worthiness of your joy and well-being. Your personal evolution highlights the widening gap between growth and stagnation. While you've embraced change and unlocked new potential, those who once sought to control you remain trapped in their comfort zones, unable to move forward. They cling to a static image of you, unwilling to confront the reality of your transformation. Their resistance reflects a refusal to grow, leaving them stuck in outdated patterns. The disparity is a powerful reminder of why you had to leave. As you've evolved, their lack of self-awareness has become their greatest limitation, emphasizing that their presence in your life was never meant to endure. The difference between your life now and the stagnation of the past is unmistakable. Your actions shine as a testament to resilience and self-discovery, while their inability to change becomes a stark reminder of missed opportunities. Your growth serves as a mirror, showing them what they could have achieved had they chosen progress over control. It is not merely a reflection of their errors, but a vivid demonstration of how much they forfeited by clinging to manipulation. This divide underscores why their chapter in your story had to close. In choosing to grow, you've proven that life rewards those who adapt and pursue their true potential. Navigating the grip of a controlling presence is a universal challenge, but it's also an opportunity to reclaim your autonomy. These dynamics only persist as long as you permit access to your energy. Recognizing the signs of manipulation, subtle undermining, emotional traps, and disrespect for boundaries is the first step in dismantling their hold. Releasing yourself from their influence isn't merely about survival, it's a catalyst for profound change. By choosing to step away, you align with growth and renewal. Spiritually, the end of one chapter becomes the beginning of another, offering a chance to rewrite your path. While letting go can be difficult, the freedom it brings is transformative, paving the way for a life built on authenticity, strength, and boundless possibilities. Transforming your life requires building connections with people who genuinely uplift and empower you, those who respect your boundaries and honor your growth. The journey forward thrives on mutual understanding and shared energy, where support fuels resilience. Collective strength reminds us that even personal transformation is deeply enriched by a sense of belonging. You don't have to navigate this path alone. The strength of a community can amplify your progress and anchor your newfound clarity. Leaving behind a toxic influence isn't just an act of separation, it's a declaration of your worth. Each boundary you set and each act of self-prioritization sends a clear message. You are the creator of your life, choosing only what aligns with your values and vision. Sharing your story can inspire others to take those same brave steps toward freedom. Your evolution isn't just yours, it's a beacon for others seeking the courage to rise. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially, far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed and let the light of the Lord guide your path. This journey is more than just escape. It's a release into a life free from manipulation and control. You've emerged from the chaos of toxic relationships into a reality defined by growth, purpose, and freedom. What once tethered you to limitations now lies in your past, reduced to a faint echo. True power comes from reclaiming yourself, from the bold choice to prioritize your own path over the expectations of others. You've illustrated the essence of strength, not through retaliation, but through relentless self-discovery and advancement. Your growth is the ultimate reminder that the only way to move forward is to embrace yourself fully, setting the stage for a life of joy and fulfillment. Reflection honors your transformation, while sharing your story provides others with hope. As you walk this new path, their regret lingers in a world you've outgrown. Success is your response, a life of abundance and self-defined happiness that stands as a testament to all you've overcome and the limitless possibilities that now await you.